First Things First is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Good Monday morning to everyone. I'm Jenna Wolf alongside Nick Wright, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Wilds. And Kevin, buddy, I never feel for people who are fans of teams and their team loses, but I love you, buddy, and I really genuinely feel bad about what's going on with you. I don't feel bad for the Patriots. I feel bad for you
sent the
as
text
my
out
friend.
right away.
I sent the text out about Baker and the Browns. What I didn't do is send the text out about the Patriots. We will discuss everything today, including Knicks Chiefs. But we start this morning in Baltimore. Steelers Ravens. And this one lived up to its billing. Did it ever? Big Ben rallying the Steelers with 21 second-half points to take the lead late. Then a fourth down stop, sealing the win. As you guys predicted, Ravens were able to run all day. It's that pass game for Baltimore that was pretty much a non-factor. Steelers remain now the only undefeated team at 7-0. And Brandon, let's tee off this conversation with you. Did your Steelers prove they are the best team in the NFL?
Look, it's my team. I picked them to make it to the Super Bowl. But absolutely not. And Jenna, I was surprised that the Baltimore Ravens were able to run the ball the way they did. 265 yards? Are you kidding me? That was like Amazon. That was like Amazon Ground, Amazon Prime. They were able to do whatever they wanted to. They were able to drive and on the ground anywhere. And that's just unbelievable. Nick, that's your top front seven in the NFL. They're my number 2 behind the Tampa Bay Bucks. I was ready to crown them number 1, but after that, that performance, I got to keep them right there at number 2. So Jenna, you got the Kansas City Chiefs out there, Seattle Seahawks, you Tampa Bay. So are they the best team? No, I don't think so. But that was a really good win for them. Whenever you can get an opportunity to win a nasty game, a dirty game versus a really good team, it's almost better than if you blew them out. Like, that's a character-building game, Nick.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right, so Brandon, I want to give you 2 compliments. One I expected to give you, and one is shocking. The first one is the expected one. That is a great-looking shirt you're wearing this morning. I don't know who inspired you to wear more floral prints, but you look outstanding. The second one...
You did, buddy. You did. You did.
Thank you very much. Your take this morning shocks me. It pleasantly shocks me.
Why?
Because you did pick the Steelers to go to the Super Bowl. You have been higher on them than anyone outside of the greater Pittsburgh area. They just got a win against a Baltimore team when Baltimore's coming off a bye. Baltimore needs the win. And the Steelers, you look at, and I know Wild's probably going to talk about this, you look at the Steelers the rest of the way, things really open up for them to look at a potential 14-2, maybe even 15-1 season. So I thought you were going to come on here this morning and say, this is the best team in the NFL. And I was going to have to say they're the second best team in the NFL. Listen, they have a great defense. They have a great Hall of Fame coach who might finally be getting his due. And they have an offense that I think is good enough. And there is no team, including the Chiefs, Wilds, that should play the Steelers and feel good about it. But because I do feel like the offense still has its limitations, and I feel like yesterday, as good as Pittsburgh was, the bigger storylines for yesterday was Baltimore's errors and, unfortunately, Baltimore losing their all-pro left tackle for the season, that I can't yet assign them pole position alongside the Chiefs or even ahead of the Chiefs. I know we only talk about the Chiefs when they don't blow people out, so they're probably not on the show today. I haven't checked the rundown. My guess is they won't be mentioned. But the Chiefs Wilds are still the best team in the NFL.
Okay, I could buy either take. I think they're both wonderful vacation destinations. You want to go here or there? I'm good with either one. But Brandon,
it's actually neither place.
The Steelers are 7-0. No, I'm just talking about you trying to choose between 2 wonderful locations. Steelers are 7-0 for the first time since your old buddy Kevin Wilds was in utero. My mom singing me songs about how great the Steelers were. It helps mental development. So, tell me, I'm going to read off the Steelers' schedule. Where is the loss coming? I'm not saying 15-1 is on the board. I'm saying an undefeated season is on the board. At the Cowboys is a win. Bengals at Jacksonville, Ravens at home, you just had them. Washington, Bills, Bengals again, Colts and Browns. 16-0 is on the board, Brandon. You buying that, or do you want that to happen?
Well, you got Baltimore again, you got the Colts, you got Buffalo, and you have the Bengals, right? Whenever you play in a division, it's always tough. These teams know each other inside and out 100%. 100%. Look how they played yesterday. This is a team that can put up points.
Got that one.
And you know, when you look at that defensive line yesterday, I want to see, can they get back on track? But the thing that stood out to me, too, and the reason why I'm not high on them today and crowning them the best and ready to put them above the Chiefs is because Lamar Jackson turns the ball over. If he doesn't turn the ball over, it's a different game, Jenna.
Right.
Well.
All right, so let's talk about Lamar's day, because it was sort of bittersweet. Never really got going through the air. Did it on the ground, but he finished with 2 picks, lost 2 fumbles. He certainly owned it, though. Here's Lamar Jackson on what went wrong yesterday.
The turnovers, I feel, is the reason we lost the game. I put that on me. The start of the game, the first drive, a pick 6. Then we drive to the red zone, a fumble. Got to get the ball I could because we know they're dominant up front. And then a pick off the player from the flat, throwing at the mark. Got to clean those up, and I feel we won that game. So that's all to it.
All right, Brandon, you think the league has caught up to Lamar Jackson at this point?
No. So first, let's start with Lamar Jackson. He said it. Different ball game if he doesn't throw that terrible pick. And this is my buddy. I love Lamar Jackson, but I got a job to do. I got to call him out, got to hold him accountable. Those 2 picks is on him. That's on him. But no, the league has not caught up with Lamar Jackson. They owned that game. They were in control. Whenever you can put up 265 yards on the scoreboard, on the box sheet, then you definitely control the game. I think the league has caught up to Greg Roman, his scheme. His passing game. Oof. Like when you got to throw the ball, and I keep saying this, you got to have an identity. They have no identity in the passing game. I don't know if they're a spread team. I don't know if they're a play action team. I don't know who they are when it comes to the passing game. Lamar Jackson 100% has to clean up those turnovers, but Greg Roman, I'll continue to say this, have to develop an identity in the passing game.
Yeah. Okay, this one we disagree on. I'm not saying Greg Roman doesn't deserve any of the blame. But this is officially a flashing red warning sign for Baltimore. Lamar, I'm going to throw a few numbers at you. Lamar has played 2 games as a starter against Pittsburgh. In those 2 games, he has 5 picks and 5 fumbles. Lamar Jackson, in 2020, the calendar year, has played 3 games that really matter. They are the 3 worst games he's played. They're 0 for 3, and in those 3 games, he has 4 interceptions and 6 fumbles. That's the playoff game, the Chiefs game, and now the Steelers game. We are getting mounting evidence, Wilds, that while there might not be a single other quarterback in the whole league you want, if your team is up 10 and things are rolling, there might be 10, 12, 15 quarterbacks you'd rather have if you're going to have to throw the ball consistently down the field to get yourself back into a football game. And if I'm Baltimore, the bye is now gone. You're down a tiebreaker against Pittsburgh in 2 games. You're down a tiebreaker in a game against Kansas City. I am highly concerned about how Lamar has played in the biggest games of his career up to this point.
See, my favorite thing on the internet yesterday, Hollywood Browns, tweet and delete. Love it. Dwayne Wade, love it. Everyone who just wants to take to Twitter, you tweet something, then quickly just pull it back. It's like we never saw it. Hey, what's the problem with having soldiers? We're never using them. Okay, Brandon, we're a Hollywood Brown friend of the show. 2 targets, one of them was a touchdown. It seems to me that's a shot at Greg Roman and not at Lamar. I feel like, air it out a little bit. I don't know how you feel, but...
Yeah, listen, I feel for him. He's absolutely right. But he has to learn from guys like myself. He has to learn from his cousin, Antonio Brown. You don't do this in public. You got to learn from other guys.
Antonio Brown's
but I feel for him. 100% feel for him. He is a wide receiver. A receiver catch the ball, throw the ball. And Nick, this goes back to your point. This isn't on Lamar Jackson. You have Hollywood Brown standing there, a guy who can easily be a playmaker week in and week out, and you don't utilize him. That is about the identity of the passing game. So yes, Lamar. Right. What you said, I wish we had more time, Jen. I know we got to go, but he went 14-2 last year. He led the team. He led the team in touchdowns, and now we're saying we need to be alarmed in Baltimore over Lamar Jackson, a league MVP. Come on, please.
All right, well, I just checked, and we have like 2 more hours left. So we are going to discuss this again, Brandon. We talked about the league catching up to Lamar. What about the league catching up to Cam Newton? Another tough day for the former MVP. But why? We'll discuss next. First things first.